There are many themes tied up in the mythic beast of legend which, insanely addictive flash game set to 80s bubblegum aside, is basically a horse with a horn on its forehead, and Peter S. Beagle pays brief visits to pretty much all of them at least once in his exceedingly complex film, The Last Unicorn. This is the sort of story you just don't see much of anymore. Many small stories strung together like fine beads. In a movie today it would be decried as loose writing with no direction. But with these small pearls, the writer weaves a single thread, a thread which calls us to wonder at the mystery of death, to ask ourselves whether innocence is the same or even related to ignorance, and if there are things more important in the universe than love. There's also a pirate cat for no adequately explored reason. The animation is of rougher-hewn stuff than any of the slick, exactly on the eights works of Disney or Bluth, and perhaps that's for the best. With no polish, there's no reason to knock it, and to do justice to a story with a scope this large, you'd need to bottle the combined talent of Don Bluth, Chuck Jones, and Disney himself. A primary theme in the story is immortality and mortality, and how the life of a human is a different thing altogether from the eternal life of something like a unicorn, and how unicorns, being immortal, are not and cannot be the same kind of beings as we. Although the unicorn is transformed into a young woman, her first reaction is to remark that she can feel her body dying all around her. The fact that she's now naked, except for 3 centuries' worth of unbrushed hair, doesn't really enter into it for her. In addition to repeatedly calling into question the wisdom of mankind's unending quest for immortality, The Last Unicorn also asks its hero to sacrifice love for truth. It's bit players to all but carry the heroine to her destiny, and it also asks Schmendrick the magician if he'll ever live down nearly suffocating in a tree's cleavage. I'm guessing the answer to that last is no. Given the richness of the philosophy in this film, and given how it ignores nearly all of the accepted conventions of Western animated film, it's entirely understandable why this film is so often overlooked, but it is rightfully recognized as a classic of animated film. As with The Secret of Nim, there's a voice in this one from the Star Trek franchise, Odo from Deep Space Nine, but he's not playing who you think. In fact, when you get to Renee's name, if you're like me, you'll spit-take enough brandy to light the cat on fire. He is expected to make a full recovery, by the way. Promotional consideration is unwittingly provided by YouTube, where you can find this and many other fine results of emotional and mental disorder. Furry Under Scrutiny with William F. Stagley is made possible by software from the Blender Foundation, an unhealthy fixation with animated films, and viewers like you. Thank you.